G, you're scrolling through your phone. You see them. The shoes, the ones you've been thinking about for weeks. You click the ad, and there they are. But then you see the price, and that feeling in your gut sinks a little. It's just a little too steep this month. But then your eyes catch a little banner at the bottom of the screen, a little splash of color with some friendly-looking text. It says, "Buy now, pay later." Only 4 easy payments of $19.50. And that voice in your head starts whispering, $19.50. I can swing that. That's like a couple of coffees. It's basically free. I should just do it. Stop. Pump the brakes. Before you click that button, you need to understand what is really happening. You and I are up against a new enemy, a multi-billion-dollar industry that has perfected the art of making debt look like a friend. Companies like Afterpay, Klarna, and Affirm are spending millions on marketing to convince you that these easy payments are a smart, modern way to shop, a budgeting tool. That is a lie. The stress you feel about money, the feeling of your paycheck vanishing the second it hits your account, the inability to get ahead, that's not the real problem. That's the symptom. The disease is the belief that debt is a stepping stone when it is, in fact, a cage. And buy now, pay later is just the newest, most attractive-looking cage they've built for you. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain. I'm going to expose the 4 brutal truths about buy now, pay later that these companies are praying you never figure out. This isn't a lecture. This is an intervention. If you're happy living in the cycle of buy now, worry later, then this video isn't for you. Go ahead and click off. But if you are a man who is sick and tired of feeling like you're not in control of your own money, if you're ready to build real, lasting financial strength, then stay. What you're about to learn is the first step to taking your power back. Let's get into it. The first and most dangerous truth is the one that happens the moment you click that button. Truth number 1, buy now. Pay later is psychologically engineered to make you overspend. These services aren't designed for your convenience. They're designed for your wallet's destruction. They work by numbing you to the reality of the price tag. It's a powerful psychological trick. Think of it like a painkiller for your finances. When you see a price tag for $120, your brain feels a little jolt of pain. That's sticker shock. It's a healthy response that makes you stop and ask, do I really need this? Can I actually afford this? But when you see 4 easy payments of $30, that pain is gone. It feels insignificant. You've taken the financial painkiller, and you barely feel the impact of the purchase. The problem is, the wound is still there. Let me tell you about a guy I know. Let's call him David. David is a smart guy, works as a graphic designer. He was saving up for a new $400 tablet for his work. He knew his budget was tight, but then he saw he could get it with a BNPL service for just $100 down. So he did it. The next week, he saw a pair of noise-canceling headphones for $160. The voice whispered again, just 4 easy payments of $40. He clicked the button. Before the month was over, he had done the same thing with a new jacket and some online course. He never felt the pain of a single large purchase. But when he finally sat down and looked at his bank account, he realized that all those easy little payments added up to a massive $350 monthly bill that he had no room for in his budget. He wasn't paying for products anymore. He was drowning in a sea of tiny payments. Here is the takeaway. Choosing to feel the full price of a purchase today is what protects your financial freedom tomorrow. Now for the second truth. This is where the trap snaps shut. Truth number 2, interest-free is a myth surrounded by a minefield of fees and penalties. The big promise is that you'll never pay a cent in interest. And that's true, but only if you are absolutely perfect. Think of it like this. You're offered a free walk through a beautiful green field. But what they don't tell you is that the field is littered with hidden bear traps. You can make it across for free, sure. But one tiny misstep, one late payment because your paycheck was a day late, one forgotten bill because life got busy, and snap. The trap closes on your leg and it's going to cost you dearly to get out. The article I read laid this out perfectly. A service like Afterpay will hit you with a $10 fee the second you're late, and they'll keep adding fees until they've taken up to 25% of what you originally paid. Suddenly, that $100 pair of shoes is costing you $125. It's a penalty for being human. Then you have the companies that offer longer-term financing, like for a vacation. Let's talk about Marcus. Marcus wanted to take his wife on a $1,000 trip. He used a service called Uplift. The offer was just $83 a month for a year. It seemed so reasonable. But buried in the fine print was a 15% interest rate. By the end of the year, he had paid an extra $150 for that trip. That's $150 he could have used for amazing dinners on that vacation. Just gone. Poof. And the rates on some of these services can go as high as a staggering 36%. That's credit card level insanity. The convenience of paying later is always paid for with the brutally high cost of your mistakes. This brings us to the third and most fundamental truth that you have to accept. Truth number 3, buy now. Pay later is just debt in a cool disguise. Let's be brutally honest here. If it walks like debt and it talks like debt, it's debt. These companies have spent a fortune on branding, pink logos, slick apps, and friendly language about shopping smart and taking control. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It looks soft, cuddly, and harmless. It whispers things like, "This isn't a credit card, and this is just a way to budget." But underneath that fluffy wool are the same sharp teeth that have been chewing up people's finances for decades. A loan is a loan. It is an obligation. It is a chain that ties your future earnings to your past decisions. I worked with a guy named Kevin who was incredibly proud of the fact that he had cut up all his credit cards. He was debt-free, but his online shopping was all done through Klarna and Zip. He told me, "It's different, man. There's no interest. It helps me manage my spending." One day, I challenged him to log into every one of his BNPL accounts and add up the total outstanding balance. He was silent for a long time. The number was over $1,800. He was making 10 separate small payments a month. He was more stressed and disorganized than when he had a single credit card bill. He hadn't avoided debt. He had just traded one master for 10 smaller, more confusing ones. Calling poison by a sweeter name doesn't stop it from killing you. Okay, this leads to the final truth, the one that can impact the biggest goals of your life. Truth number 4, it can and will wreck your credit. For a long time, the buy now, pay later world was like the Wild West. It was unregulated and your activity didn't really show up on your main credit report. That party is over. Think of it this way. It's like you had a private diary of all your small financial mistakes, and suddenly you're being told that diary is being handed over to every future lender, landlord, and sometimes even employer you'll ever meet. Major credit bureaus like Experian are now starting to officially record these payment plans. Every single missed payment can now be a black mark on your official record. This isn't a theory. This is happening right now. Imagine a young couple, we'll call them Mike and Sarah. They were doing everything right to save for their first home. But Mike had used a BNPL service a few times for some tech gadgets. Life got busy, he missed one payment, then another. He paid the late fees and thought it was over. A year later, they go to a mortgage lender. The lender pulls their credit and says, "Mike, what are these delinquencies from this payment company?" Those tiny missed payments had dropped his credit score just enough to knock them into a higher mortgage interest rate bracket. That convenient $200 purchase ended up costing them tens of thousands of dollars over the 30-year life of their home loan. That is a catastrophic price to pay for instant gratification. Your small, seemingly innocent payment habits today will have a massive and direct impact on your biggest life goals tomorrow. So let's recap the 4 truths. 1. It is a psychological trap, scientifically designed to make you spend more money. 2. It is a minefield of hidden late fees and sky-high interest rates that punish any small mistake. 3. It is not a budgeting tool. It is debt, plain and simple, dressed up in a friendly disguise. And 4. It is now being tracked, and it can seriously damage your credit score, jeopardizing your ability to buy a car, a house, or achieve your biggest goals. Listen, these companies are not your friend. They are preying on a very human desire, the desire to have things now. They are betting that you won't be able to make a payment. They are building a business model that profits from your impulses and your mistakes. But true financial power isn't about having a new pair of shoes today. It's about having freedom tomorrow. The freedom to quit a job you hate. The freedom to handle an emergency without panicking. The freedom to build a life on your terms. That freedom is bought with discipline, not with 4 easy payments. So here's my challenge to you. Not a request, a challenge. The moment this video is over, I want you to take one simple, powerful action. I want you to pick up your phone. I want you to look through every single app you have. Find Afterpay, find Klarna, find Affirm, Sezzle, Zip, find every single one of these debt traps. And I want you to press down on that icon until it wiggles. And I want you to hit Delete App. Remove the temptation. Break the connection. It is a small action that sends a powerful message to yourself. It says, I am in control. My future is not for sale.